When making stickers, I will tell everybody, flatten it. Don't attach it. And this is why. So if you're doing a sticker and you're going to add text to it, like I'm doing here, sometimes you do it with your logo, sometimes you do it with just an image and a name. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to change the color to purple so that we have, color variation. And what I'm going to do to the first one, I'm going to do to all three, which is add an offset. So I'm just centering it there. It's not touching. I want to make that clear because I want to show you what ends up happening. So I'm doing it all three, and I end up changing my method because you'll see in a moment, trying to add an offset was taking just so long. So I had to pause, add the offset, finally it came on, and then so I copied and pasted all three. So you'll see that. In the offset that I'm going to add, it usually comes gray. I changed it to a light gray, very, very light gray, so that you could see the difference. Overall, I usually change it to white, so that way it's a clear sticker. But if you want to make colored stickers, that's up to you. So here's where I end up trying again and pause it. Now, the reason I flatten is because then it will print and it will cut around your offset. Plain and simple. Makes your sticker nice and clean versus if you attach it and you have text, what it will do is that it will attach it to your offset, but your text will be the same color of your offset. And then on top of it, it will try to cut the same way of your offset. So here's where I did my three samples. The first one will be just flattened. The second one is just going to be attached. And this is what I'm saying. It's going to try to cut the palms out, everything, and it's going to try to cut the vacay mode. You see how it changed the color? So then you do it again, and you see that it's going to do that. All right, just so you can see the visual. And also, because it's not flattened, it's not going to try to print or do the color of the sticker. It's actually going to want to do that as a separate vinyl. So just another heads up there. Here, what I said, okay, maybe if I change vacay mode to a print and cut, maybe once I attach it, it'll stay the same. And I'll be honest, I was shocked. I thought it was going to do it. And spoiler alert, it did not do that. It did the same thing that I did with the regular attach. So here's where I'm still going to go print. I'm setting it up because there's plenty of space for my third one. Let me move it over. And so I did. I moved it over. I centered it the way that I wanted it. I made some changes in moving it up or down just to make sure that I have plenty of space. If you notice, it's looking a little blurry. I'm going to go back and actually remove bleed, because what happens is that it looked blurry because it's an image alone. So that's another one that you can look out for. If you see that it's blurry on the actual image, it means that it's going to try to print and cut that image alone, single, one by one. Versus if you notice the top one to the left is my flattened one, it did not do that. So here I'm sending it over to my printer. Once it printed, I brought it to my Cricut, placed it on my mat, and it cut for me. This is how it turned out. This is why I will always say flatten it, stop attaching, only because it will give you a much cleaner picture versus this. This is me attaching it, and this is me attaching it, even though both of them were print and cut. Tell me something different, guys.